A learning goal is to be able to solve problems that are similar to this. We have 8/9 x is equal to 10. We're going to first rewrite it as 8/9 x is equal to 10 over 1. We're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 8/9, the coefficient of x. And now we can see that 9 can go into 9 one time and 8 goes into 8 one time, leaving us with 1x. On the right hand side, we can see that both 10 and 8 are divisible by 2, 5 and 4. 5 times 9 is 45, 1 times 4 is 4. Since we have an improper fraction, we're going to divide. On the left-hand side, we're left with x. On the right-hand side, we're going to say 4 goes into 4 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. We'll bring down to 5. 4 goes into 5 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Our remainder becomes the numerator of our divisor. Therefore, x is equal to 11 1/4. Let's take a look at the next example. 4/15 x is equal to 9/10. We're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 4/15, which is the coefficient of x. On the left-hand side, we're going to cancel. 15 goes into 15 one time. 4 goes into 4 one time, leaving us with 1x. On the right-hand side, 10 and 15 are both divisible by 5, 2 and 3 times. When we multiply across, 9 times 3 is 27, and 2 times 4 is 8. Since we have an improper fraction, we're going to divide. 8 goes into 27, 3 times 8 is 24. 27 minus 24 is 3. Our final answer is 3 3/8. By the end of this lesson, I'll be able to solve equations by multiplying by the reciprocal. Our essential question is, what is the product of any non-zero number and its reciprocal equals? Two numbers whose product is 1 are reciprocals. To write the reciprocal of a number, write the number as a fraction, then invert the fraction so that the reciprocal of a fraction, a over b, is b over a, where a and b does not equal 0. Similar to when you invert a glass, you turn it over. Let's write the reciprocal of each number. You may want to pause. The reciprocal of 3/7 is 7 over 3. The reciprocal of 8 is 1 over 8. Now this one is a tough one. The reciprocal of 0 is undefined. 0 is a number that does not have a reciprocal. The reciprocal of 5 over 2 is 2 over 5. The product of a non-zero number and its reciprocal is always 1. So when we take a look at a over b times b over a, this will equal 1. This is also called the multiplicative inverse property. Instead of saying reciprocal, we can use the word or the words multiplicative inverse. If I want you to find the reciprocal, it's the same thing as me wanting you to find the multiplicative inverse of a number. When we take a look at 5 over 1 and its multiplicative inverse, 1/5, when we multiply, we'll get 5 over 5. This will equal 1. 3/4 times its multiplicative inverse is 12 over 12, and 12 over 12 is also 1. How do we know our answers are correct? When we multiply a number by its reciprocal, aka multiplicative inverse, the product is 1. The multiplication property of equality. Multiplying each side of an equation by the same non-zero number produces an equivalent equation. For any real number a, b, and c, where a and b does not equal 0, if a over b x is equal to c, then when we multiply both sides by b over a, we will still be left with an equivalent equation. For example, 2/3 x is equal to 8. Multiplying both sides by the reciprocal of 2/3, which is 3 over 2, will leave us with the equivalent expression of x equals 12. Let's take a look at this particular example. Step 1, rewrite as 4/5 x is equal to 12 over 1. Multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 4/5, which is the coefficient of x. Anytime you multiply a number by a reciprocal, we already know the result is 1. We can notice that the 5's cancel and the 4's cancel, leaving us with 1x. On the right-hand side, both 12 and 4 are both divisible by 4, 3 times and 1 time. We'll multiply across, giving us 15 over 1. X is equal to 15. Let's take a look at the next example. In this case, we're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal 4/3, again, the coefficient of x. On the left-hand side, anytime we multiply a number by reciprocal, we get 1. Notice 4 goes into 4 one time and 3 goes into 3 one time, leaving us with 1 over 1, which is just 1x. On the right-hand side, both 6 and 3 are both divisible by 3, 2 times and 1 time. multiply across, we are left with 8 over 7 because 2 times 4 is 8 and 7 times 1 is 7. X is then equal to 1 and 1/7. If you can't do this mentally, then you can show the work. 8 divided by 7 is 1. 1 times 7 is 7. 8 minus 7 is 1. And our remainder becomes the numerator of our divisor, 7. Our answer is 1 and 1/7. Let's take a look at the next example. We will first rewrite it as 6/7 x is equal to 8 over 1. We will multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 6/7, which is 7 over 6. Anytime we multiply a number by its reciprocal, the product is always 1. We can see that the 7s will cancel, as well as the 6 will cancel, leaving us with 1x. On the right-hand side, both 8 and 6 are both divisible by 2, 4 times and 3 times. We will multiply across. 4 times 7 is 28. 1 times 3 is 3. On the left-hand side, 1x is equal to x, and on the right-hand side, we will divide. 3 goes into 28 a total of 9 times. 9 times 3 is 27. 28 minus 27 is 1. Our remainder becomes the numerator of our divisor. Our final answer is x is equal to 9 1/3. Giselle's favorite sport in the world is basketball. Giselle currently plays forward on her basketball team. During a game, Giselle made 3/4 of her free throw shots. This was a total of 9 shots made. What was the total number of free throws attempted by Giselle during the game? We need to write an equation and solve. The first thing we're going to do when we have a word problem is define the variable. In this case, what are we looking for? And that's the total number of free throws attempted. So therefore, we're going to say let n equal the total number of shots attempted or free throws attempted. We know she made 3/4 of these shots, and this equated to a total of 9. We can write the equation 3/4 n is equal to 9. Now this looks very similar to the problems we were working on. We're going to rewrite the equation as 3/4 n is equal to 9 over 1. Multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 3/4, which is 4/3. On the left-hand side, when we multiply a number by reciprocal, we get 1, so the 4's will cancel, as well as the 3's, leaving us with 1n. On the right-hand side, both 9 and 3 are divisible by 3, 3 times and 1 time. When we multiply across, we get 12 over 1. Therefore, n is equal to 12. Our answer now is the total number of free throws attempted by Giselle was 12. We can easily check this by just substituting the value of n into the equation. Instead of writing 3/4 n is equal to 9, we'll write 3/4 of 12 is equal to 9. We'll rewrite 12 as 12 over 1. We can cancel, but in this case, it's pretty easy to just multiply across, which is 36 over 4, and 36 divided by 4 is 9, and it checks out. So we know our answer is correct. This is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.